I think one of the most impactful things I've ever read was this paper called The Choice Article by Dr. Stephen Phillipson. And basically, he talks about, well, he's an expert in OCD. He's a psychologist that has been treating OCD for a very long time. And this article is basically about how your brain is not aiming for happiness, it's aiming for safety. It's always going to tend towards the negative because that's just the way that we're programmed for survival. Therefore, if you rely on emotions to get you through things, it's too fickle. Like if you're trying to wait for the mood to work out, likely you'll never want to work out. So his thing is that you can't rely on your emotions. You have to make choices. You have to have non-negotiable habits. You have to be able to separate yourself from your thoughts, because the whole thing about OCD is you can't believe every thought. Your brain will come up with wacky stuff under the guise of keeping you safe. Like that's literally what OCD is, right? You have an anxiety that is so bad that do you complete a compulsion to momentarily soothe the anxiety, and then you get stuck in a cycle. But these anxieties come up because your brain is just, it's coming up with insane things. Like if you don't switch the light switch on and off 10 times, your mom is going to die a horrible death. And the more you get into OCD subtypes, it's wild. The things that people suffer with, you know? But his article can be extrapolated to anything. Like if you're depressed, you have to make choices to do things out of your depression in order to survive. Like you may not be able to fix the chemical imbalance, but you might be able to raise the overall quality of your life. So in my life, I've tried different therapies like my whole 20s, but I've never been able to deal with the core issue that's affected me. At this point, I know what the issue is and I'm aware of it, but I'm still like stuck in it and it affects, how things have played out. However, I read this choice article 5, 6 years ago and I really, I took it seriously. I have non-negotiables that I do every day because I'm a really big momentum person and I have to keep up streaks in order to stay on track. So I have 4 or 5 non-negotiables that I have to do every single day, and they haven't fixed anything, but my overall quality of life is better. So one of those is some kind of workout, 30 minutes every single day. And it's both a lot and actually not that much. It's a lot in the sense that every single day trying to work out, it's kind of crazy. A lot of people don't do that. But I don't like going to the actual gym. I like doing Pilates and yoga. And you can do a really intense Pilates or yoga workout and you can do a pretty chill one. So it doesn't matter what it is, I just have to do something every single day. And the cool thing about human nature is you want to keep doing better. So when I first started my non-negotiable habits, it was really hard to do these things. It was really hard to take the choice out of my routine. Like, to make it non-negotiable, it was very difficult. But I realized the way to do it was to lower my bar of that what completion of the goal looks like. So I picked 30 minutes because I think 30 minutes is a sufficient amount of exercise, but the exercise can be anything. So after like a month of doing really, really basic stretching, I just naturally wanted to do more. And that's sort of how all my non negotiables came to be. So I work out. And the crazy thing is, working out is about consistency over how hard you go. So I've seen far more benefits from working out daily over a year and two than working out like once or twice a week hardcore for like the 3 years before I finally like it all clicked for me. And the second thing I do is journal. I also have to floss every day. That one is big. And I have to go for a 20-minute walk at some point in the day. And what else? Oh, I have to make a 15-minute phone call every single day to somebody. And that one has been really nice too. All of these have made my life a lot better. They've raised the baseline of how I live. Like, being stronger, it just makes living easier. Like, it's not so hard to pick up my groceries and lift something heavy, and I have more stamina for daily stuff. And once I really locked down these habits, and it took a long time, it's taken 3-4 years of consistently trying to make these a daily habit for them to now finally be a daily habit. And now that I've kept it going for like almost a year, I never want to let go of that. And it really changes the way you think, because I used to think walking was such a big deal. Like, I grew up in the suburbs where everyone had to drive everywhere. And then I moved to a city where, like, I just wasn't going to get a car. And I learned to walk, in the sense, when you grow up in the suburbs and you have a car, even a 5-minute walk feels like a lot. And I grew up in the type of family where, like, my dad is trying to park right in front of the entrance to the grocery store so he can walk the least. Whereas now that I've gotten used to walking, I don't mind walking like an hour to someplace. I will choose to park far away from the grocery store entrance so I can walk more. And it just kind of changes the way you think. Like, the 30-minute workout, I am good at sticking to it, even if I'm not like at home. If I travel, I'll just travel with my yoga mat and do a Pilates or yoga workout wherever I go. I'll journal openly in front of people, whereas before it was like really, I don't know, I felt, because of my need for privacy, I would feel like I had to journal in secret, and now I don't care. And like I said, it hasn't fixed anything, but it's made everything better. The second thing you need to do to enact your non-negotiables and make it a part of your life is to do it in the cheapest way possible. Like, once you get used to journaling, then you can go buy a fancy journal. But getting into the practice of just, oh my God, I hope that dog's okay. Just getting in the habit of starting, even though I don't have the equipment, has made me start a lot more and a lot faster, and I'm not as much of a perfectionist anymore. It doesn't work with everything because I'm having a hard time becoming a yoga teacher, but it's better. It's a lot better than before, and it's made my life better. I think that a lot of the issues I had outside of my core issue have been helped a lot by having these like daily routines and getting one nice thing about yoga teacher, like becoming a yoga teacher, that was directly benefited by me having these daily rituals is that I'm a lot stronger now. Like doing Pilates or yoga like consistently over a year like that has made me quite strong. And one thing I didn't need to worry about when I started teaching was being able to demo the workout and do the workout with my participants the entire like 60 minutes. So that's really cool. And yeah, basically everyone needs non-negotiable habits.